Gentlemen, it's time for another pep talk. PEP, passionately empowering people. Today's topic is B.Y.O.B. B.Y.O.B. Most people think B.Y.O.B. stands for bring your own bottle. But for this topic, for this session today, B.Y.O.B. stands for be your own boss, be your own bank. Be your own boss and be your own bank. I just want to empower some people today that may have never thought about being their own boss. Or you may think you're your own boss, but you're still dangling on the ends of strings that somebody else is pulling. Now, I was listening to a conversation the other day, and some people were talking about how long they've been with a company, and hey, this company is taking good care of me. Let me tell you something. As kings and queens, you should never fix your mouth to say someone is taking good care of me. Some company is taking good care of me. You can be more. You deserve to be more. You deserve to have more, and you can do more. You can do more than what you're doing right now. I've talked before about the 97 percenters and the 3 percenters. What is the difference between the 97 percenters and the 3 percenters? 97% of the population, by the time they're 65 to 75, they're either going to be dead broke, or depending on the government to take care of them and to supply their finances. And we know what government wage is, okay? 3%, the other 3% will be wealthy and or financially fit, financially free. Now, which one of those, not only do you currently fit in, but which one of those percentages would you want to fit into? Sounds more appealing to you? Being financially free or depending on the government to supply your needs? See, the good book says, I will supply all your needs according to my riches and glory. He will supply all your needs according to his riches and glory. So everything you need will be supplied for you. And everything you need to get what you need is already inside of you. So you can be anything you want to be. You can do anything you want to do. But you got to develop the mindset that it's already yours. Even though you might not see it right now, you got to believe that it's already yours. Why? Because it's been said, it's been written that it is for you. See, as kings and queens, we should never fix our mouths to say that a company is taking good care of me. Why? Because they pay you just enough to keep you from quitting, and you work just hard enough to keep them getting fired. Now think about this. When your company decides to downsize, if you're not the boss, if you are not the CEO, who's going to get laid off? All right. Now, I was trying to find a quiet spot to do this pep talk, and the quietest spot I could find was my vehicle. And yes, you can hear the rain beating outside, which is divinely ironic because Mama always told me, be prepared for a rainy day. Save for a rainy day. Not in case it rains, not it might rain. It's going to rain. So why is that significant for today's topic? To be your own boss, to be your own bank. Because you need to develop a plan B, a plan C, D, E, and F. You need to have multiple streams of income so when the rain hits, you are prepared. See, most people, most households, 97% of the households are dependent on one income. Wealthy people have more than one stream of income. Now, you can have multiple jobs, which is multiple streams of income, but the challenge, however, is it's directly tied to the amount of time that you can spend at each one of those jobs. So should you be laid off, as many of us have in the past, should you be laid off, that income stops. Or should that company go out of business or decide to downsize, or you become sick and you can't work, you lose that income. Wealthy people invest in themselves and in opportunities that provide a residual stream of income. doing something one time and getting paid for it over and over again. If you want to be wealthy, but you're not doing what wealthy people do, how do you determine or expect to become wealthy? How do you expect to be prepared for a rainy day? Because the rain is going to come. So if a wealthy person sat across the table from you to teach you the wealthy principles that they use to get where they are, and they told you, hey, forget everything you've known up to this point. Grab a pen and paper, take notes, and start this journey. Most of us will be fighting against the information because we've been so indoctrinated with the idea that if you go to school, get an education, get a good job, you make a lot of money and be successful and live happily ever after. Now look about you around at the people that you work with, the people that are in your life who you think are doing well. How many of them live in their dream house, drive their dream car, get the vacation when they want to? It's about not just having a plan B, but having a different mindset. See, wealthy people, they plan for generations to come. Broke people, they plan for Friday night or the weekend. Wealthy people, you see, they actually take vacations. Broke people take trips. What's the difference between a vacation and a trip? A vacation is you take it whenever you want to. You don't have to ask permission, and you don't have to worry about how you're going to pay the bills when you get back. When you take a trip, generally 97% of the people of the population are taking trips. They have to plan their trip around a 3-day weekend or a holiday, or request time off and ask permission from their boss to take that time off. And then when they get back, they got to decide how they're going to recoup all the money they spent to cover the bills that did not get paid or are due to get paid when they come back. We need to stop tripping. We need to stop tripping and start vacationing. We need to stop yielding the power to live our lives the way we want to our bosses and become our own bosses and be our own bank. You see, if you look at a man the way that he is, he only becomes worse. But if you look at him as if he were what he could be, then he becomes what he should be. How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself being an employee the rest of your life? So if you've been an employee all your life, and if you work for somebody all your life, and you still don't have $500, maybe $1,000 in the bank emergency fund, if you don't have your retirement set aside to where you're not going to have to worry about how you're going to get your bills paid once you retire, if you don't have that set up right now, because things can happen, rain can come, you can get sick and may not be able to work for a long period of time. How is your family, how will you be taken care of? It's time to plan B. It's time to strategize, devise a plan B, and execute a plan B. C, D, E, and F. Develop more than one stream of income. This is what the wealthy people are doing. This is what your boss is doing. Ask yourself, why is your boss not teaching you what he or she knows so that you can be in the position that he or she is in? It's because they need you at the job so they can continue to enjoy their quality of life. So when they're ready to retire, if you think you're going to be their predecessor, if you think you're going to be the CEO, you are sadly mistaken, because they have that set aside for whoever's in their bloodline, the next generation. And you have to set the next generation in your bloodline up for success. So think about this. If today was your last day, would you say, I wish I had more time at the office? Or would you say, hey, I wish I had more time with my family? I suppose it would be, I wish I had more time with my family. So the question is, why wait till the last day? Why not start today? positioning yourself so you can spend more time with your family. So in order to do this, you got to let go, step out of your past and jump in to your future. So, and you got to understand that you are your own worst enemy. Stop holding yourself back. The sky is not the limit. You set your own limitations on yourself. So if you don't think you can be your own boss, you're never going to be your own boss. If you don't believe that you can be wealthy and financially free and have a plan B that can eventually become your plan A, it will never happen for you. Sometimes you got to hold on to somebody else's belief until your belief kicks in. And I believe you can be your own boss. You can be your own bank. And somebody asked me the other day, do you watch Empire? No, I don't watch Empire. I'm too busy executing and strategizing to build my own empire. I don't have time for that. Those people on Empire are already getting paid. All right? Their families are already set up for generational wealth. I'm positioning myself to set my family up for generational wealth. So, but the only way I'm going to do that is to stop holding myself back. Now, when I tell people that, and I come to realize this, that everybody's at a different point in their relationship with God. So some people are not ready to go to the next level like you are. So when I tell people that there is a better way, you can decide how much you want to make, you can decide how much you're worth, and then go get it, and they still say no, I've realized they're not saying no to me, they're saying no to themselves, because they don't believe that they are worth more. And maybe they haven't even set aside in their mind how much they're really worth. But that's on them. But I'm here to encourage and empower you to determine how much you want to make, determine how much you're worth, and don't ever settle for less. Stop denying yourself a brighter tomorrow for you and your family. The question is, can you see yourself being your own boss? See, a dog can't be nothing but a dog. Cat can't be nothing but a cat. An elephant can't be nothing but an elephant. But you, being fearfully and wonderfully made and created in the image of God, you have limitless possibilities. You can be anything you want to be. But you got to believe you can be anything you want to be. And you got to see yourself past your current circumstances. So can you see yourself being your own boss? Can you see yourself being your own bank? Can you see yourself in a crisis situation and not being concerned how much it's going to cost to have that situation resolved? Now, there's some issues that money can't resolve, okay? And my mama told me, if you got a situation that money can resolve, then you don't have a problem. Because there's people in the world who have problems that all the money in the world can't resolve. But if you ever have dreamed of being your own boss, setting your own schedule, it's possible. It's possible you can do that. But you got to make investments in yourself. See, every day we punch a clock, we're making investment in our boss's future. But we don't make any investments in our own future. We carry very little home or back to the house for our future. It's time to make an investment in yourself. And that's what all the wealthy people say. The best investments you can ever make is in yourself. See, there's a reason why your boss doesn't teach you everything they know. So if you want to have a better life, if you want to be in a different position this time next year or even tomorrow, think about this. And I heard Les Brown say this: if you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. If you do what is hard, your life will be easy. Sometimes it's hard getting out of your comfort zone. Sometimes it's hard changing the way you think, the way you see yourself. But if you do that and believe that you can be more and do more than what you've done thus far, just on the other side of that is everything you ever wanted, because that's the way God designed it, for you to be great, for you to be powerful and not powerless. See, the impulse to dream has been slowly beaten out of us through the challenges of life. You know, if we haven't gained what we set forth to gain in the amount of time that we thought it should have happened, sometimes we kind of back off of that dream. So if you're not careful, you might find yourself becoming the person that you said you never wanted to be. Complacent. Somebody's employee. In the poorhouse. 2 paychecks away from being in the poorhouse. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can be your own boss. You can be your own bank. But you got to start now executing and strategizing your plan B. And you got to take time to love yourself and care about yourself and invest in yourself, because no one is going to care more about you than you. No one's going to love you more than you. No one's going to give more time, care, and attention to your dreams than you will. So if you give up on yourself, you can't expect anybody else to carry you across the finish line. So decide today. Do you want to continue to be a 97%er, or do you want to be a 3%er? It's possible. All you have to do is decide and start heading in that direction. It's possible. You can have all you've ever wanted. You can be all you've ever wanted. You can do all you've ever wanted. You just got to make a decision. And you've got to be all in all the way. You can't just be all in. Because one day you can be all in, the next day you can't even drag yourself out of bed. You got to be all in all the way. Your why has to be strong enough to make you cry. Why are you going to decide to take yourself and your family's life in a total different direction? Because not only were you destined to do that, it's necessary. It has to happen. So B.Y.O.B. I am empowering people today to B.Y.O.B. Be your own boss. Be your own bank. If you are out of ideas and you don't know how you can become your own boss, or how you can be your own bank, how you can finance your goals and dreams and your family's goals and dreams, I can help you. I am aligned with some very wealthy business owners and entrepreneurs who are serious about helping people. B.Y.O.B. Be your own boss. Be your own bank. Plan for generational wealth instead of the weekend. I'm aligned with some people that can help you do that. So if you are serious about being your own boss and being your own bank, we need to get together today. We need to talk today. Call me, shoot me a text, 901-646-1393. Shoot me an inbox. Shoot me a message below this video. Again, I am passionately empowering people to live for today and plan for tomorrow. Listen, that's my time. God bless. Until we meet again.